सरकार खास करून मुखेलमंत्री हे राज्याचे सैमाचे आनी राज्यांतल्या लोकांचो सांबाळ करपा खातीर आसतात. सरकाराची ती जबाबदारी आसा. मात गोंय सरकार जबाबदारी विसरला. गोंयांत मनोहर पर्रीकाराच्या मुखेलपणा सकयल 2012 वर्सा भाजपाचें सरकार सत्तेचेर आयलें म्हणच्या परस गोंयकारांनी भाजपाक सरकार करपा खातीर व्हडा संख्येन प्रतिनिधी वेंचून दिले. मात त्या सरकारान तेन्नाय मनोहर पर्रीकारच मुखेलमंत्री आशिल्लो. तांणी राज्याचो विचार करिनासतना स्वताच्या पुताच्या फायद्या खातीर कायदे मोडून आपल्या पुताक धंदो करपा खातीर अभयारण्य क्षेत्रांत जमीन घेवपा खातीर मदत केल्या. जमीन घेतना सरकारी यंत्रणेचोय आपल्या फायद्या खातीर दुरुपेग केला असो आरोप काँग्रेसीन बुधवारा पणजेन घेतिल्ल्या पत्रकार परिशदेन केला.
एक ढोंगीपणां करप की आपूण एकलोच क्लीन पॉलिटिक्साक आनी बाकी सगळे करप्ट म्हणून आमी चड करून हेजेर स्ट्रेस केलो ह्या प्रेस कॉन्फरन्साचेर. त्याच खातीर लोकांचे दोळे उगडपाक तेणें 2013 गव्हर्मेंटान नेतुर्ले विलेज जी आसा ती अटल आदर्श ग्राम विकास योजने खाली नेतुर्ले विलेज घेतली. गोंयकारांक सगळ्यांक बरें दिसलें, नेतुर्लेच्या गांवांक बरें दिसलें की ही विलेज एडॉप्ट केली. पूण ही विलेज कित्याक एडॉप्ट केली? कारण तेजें सेल डीड केन्ना जाला तें दोतोरान तुमकां ऑलरेडी सांगलां. सो सेंट्रल गव्हर्मेंटाच्या योजनेचो सुद्दां कसो फायदो घेवप आपल्याल्या प्रोजेक्टाक आपल्या फॅमिलीक तें ह्यातूंतल्यान एक्सपोज जाता. जाल्यार तुमी चॅक करून पळयात की नेतुर्ले विलेज ही एडॉप्ट केली 2013. फक्त एकूच उद्देश, नेतुर्ले लोकांचो उद्देश न्ही. आनी ऑन द कॉन्ट्री नेतुर्ले विलेजीस कशे सफर जाल्यात थंय, आख्खी नेतुर्लेचो गांव कसो रिवॉल्ट जाला हेंचेर आनी तांकां कशें हॅरेसमेंट जाला.
तशेंच ह्या संबंदान न्यायालयान जनहीत याचिका घाल्या. मुखेलमंत्री पर्रीकाराच्या पुतान नेत्रावळीन अभयारण्य क्षेत्रांत जमीन घेवन हॉस्पिटॅलिटी प्रकल्प उबारपा खातीर IBP कडेन मान्यताय मागिल्ली. प्रकल्पाची पुराय म्हायती घेयनासतना गुंतवणूक प्रोत्साहन मंडळान ताका मान्यताय दिल्या. तशेंच ताचे खातीर केंद्र सरकाराच्या कायद्यान बदल करपा खातीर शार आनी उदरगत खात्याच्या कायद्यान खास अधिसुचोवणी काडल्या. पळयात काँग्रेसीचो कायदो विभागाचो अध्यक्ष कार्लोस परेरा कितें म्हणटा तो.
Now please look at the date very carefully. The sale deed is of 15 May 2013. But now there's going to be obstacles. So how does the government move to help this project? On 21st August 2014, the Goa Assembly passes the Goa Investment Promotion Act to fast track projects which will come, putting certain parameters like not less than 5 crores investment. On 5th February 2015, soon after the act is passed, no rules are framed, by the way. The rules come in 2016. On 5th February 2015, in the name of Hideaway Hospitality. I don't know whether it's a company, it's a partnership, or what kind of an entity. We couldn't find it. We have stated that so also in the petition. They make an application saying that we own this land, which is about 1,150, it's a, it shows that the project is about, the area is about 90,000 square meters, and says that the land cost is 1,150,000. The fence and the wall will take about 6 lakhs. Phase 1 will be 1,65 lakhs. Phase 2, 1,14 lakhs. Phase 3, 1,18 lakhs. And total approximate cost is 5,450,000. I'm emphasizing on this why? Because there is nothing which shows how this 5 crores will be spent. If I'm going to put tents in a place, I don't think the tent will cost me 1 crore. So if any tents are going to be put up, wooden cottages are going to be put up, all of us know what will be the cost of these kind of structures. So therefore, you just roll in figures and make the minimum benchmark of 5 crores and just show a little above 5 crores, 4,50,000. No contour plans, no section plans, nothing shown what is the trees. And the IPB board then notes on 7th February. This is in Netrawali, so we will ask the Forest Department for a report. They asked the Forest Department, and now starts the entire game.
सरकार गुंतवणूक प्रोत्साहन मंडळा उपरांत रान खात्यान मुखेलमंत्र्याच्या चाल्याच्या प्रकल्पाक कसलीच हरकत घेवंक ना. रान खात्यान दिल्लो निर्णय आयकल्यार तुमची तोंडां उक्तीच पडटलीं, खास करून रान वाठारांत रावपी आदिवासी लोकांची. पळयात रान खात्यान कितें अहवाल दिला तो.
The Forest Department, by its letter of 13 March, says, these are the words of the Forest Department: the area proposed for setting up eco-friendly tourism in survey number 78 at Netrawali village in Sangen Taluka forms common boundary with the reserve forest Neturli 4 in the north. This is also important. However, it is neither a government forest nor it is identified as private forest. Further, it also does not fall within the limits of the Netrawali Wildlife Sanctuary.
गोंय सरकारान एका मनशाच्या फायद्या खातीर चलयल्ल्या ह्या प्रयत्नांचेर बंदी येवची म्हूण काय मुखेलमंत्र्याच्या चल्याचो वेळ पिड्ड्यार म्हूण तें देवाक खबर. केंद्र सरकारान नेत्रावळीचो वाठार ESZ क्षेत्र म्हूण जाहीर केलें, मात थंय सुद्दां दुसऱ्या मार्गान वाट काडलीच.
On 17 February, MOF notified the eco-sensitive zones, and on 17 February, the ESZ of Netrawali was identified, demarcated, and it requires a zonal plan in all the ESZs across the country, a zonal plan to be prepared by taking consultation with local people, all the departments and other experts. It also says one thing, that until the zonal master plan is prepared, see there's a difference between prepared and approved. It has to go for approval to MOEF. Until it is prepared, no approvals can be granted. But once it is prepared, they have a committee called SCSZMC, State Eco-Sensitive Zone Management Committee, Monitoring Committee, SCSZMC, which can grant approvals. Zonal master plan, now we are already running in the 3rd year, zonal master plan is not ready, not even draft is ready. But immediately, they send it over there to the Forest Department. Now the Forest Department replies that there are no documents which have been given to us. Please ask the project proponent to send the documents. This is on 14th May. On 14th May.
Keep it touching.
Okay. On 14th May, the SCSZMC says that we don't have any plans, no details. So immediately IPB says, please give the details. So they give the details. We will use cloth, particle board, wood, exactly what is in the notification. I want to make one statement here. ESZ notification permits ecotourism activity to take place, but using cloth, particle board. That means you can even have a house tree, you can have tents. These are allowed. So now they reply back, which is Hideaway Hospitality through Abhijit Parekar replies. We will use particle board, we will use this and that, everything exact words which are used in notification. And they submit some plans. We had asked for copies of the plans which we didn't get under RTI. The SCSZMC was informed that Goa Investment Promotion and Facilitation Board, by its letter dated 27 May, had provided a basic plan of the project of Mrs. Hideaway Hospitality. The committee went through the details submitted by the Goa Investment Promotion Facilitation Board, and it was seen that although no detailed information has been submitted, it has been stated that eco-friendly materials such as cloth, particle board, plywood, wood boards will be used. The ecotourism activity comes within the regulated activity as serial number 26 of para 4 of the notification. The committee, after deliberation, decided to recommend the project with the condition that only eco-friendly material as per their letter should be used and no other material than permitted by the notification. Now you tell me that if anybody had given any application without giving details, without giving plans, it would have been thrown out of the window. But because you know who was applying for it, because you know from where the pressure was coming, the plan was passed.
मुखेलमंत्र्याच्या चल्याक ताचो प्रकल्प उभारतना कसलीच अडचण येवपाक जायना म्हूण शार आनी उदरगत खात्याच्या कायद्यान सुद्दां बदल करपा खातीर अधिसुचोवणी काडून बदल केला खंय.
What happens after that is most interesting. In October, 12th October 2015, IPB grants in principle approval. Now I know, as far as the IPB Act is concerned, IPB will demarcate an area which will be the IPB zone. I don't know about this in principle approvals, because it's like a free trade zone, like when you can go there and do all your activities free from custom regulations, subject to certain restrictions. Now what happens in the next part is the government of Goa rushes to bring an ordinance. Now what is this ordinance? It inserts section 42A in the Town Planning Act, and it says, this is the most interesting, that if anybody applies for any development in an ESZ, in an eco-sensitive zone, you will not require conversion under the Land Revenue Code, and you will not require conversion under the Regional Plan, under the Town Planning Act. You can have an ordinance rushed through, and then conditions are put that the project should be not less than 20,000 square meters and not more, and not, at least it should have 5%, not exceeding 5% of the area should be utilized. If you look at the mathematics here, when I share the documents, the mathematics clearly shows that this project fits within the 5 meters. So you can see that the ordinance was tailor-made. We made this allegation that the ordinance was tailor-made for this project. What we say is, in the guise of ecotourism, you cannot allow forests to be destroyed. In the guise of ecotourism, you cannot even allow the topography to be changed. In the guise of IPB, or with the aid of IPB, you cannot override central laws. So you are trying, by amendment to the Town and Country Planning Act, to override the central government notification relating to ESZ. You're permitting that is why I started in the beginning, how the government machinery has been used and misused for the purpose of allowing one project of one person to destroy verdant forest of Goa.
What are the specific violations?
First is, ESZ approval could not have been granted until that there was a zonal master plan prepared. Because ESZ notification says two things: prepare zonal master plan in consultation with the locals and the other departments of the government and experts, and submit it to the MOEF for approval. Pending the approval, that is, after it is prepared, it's not pending approval, it is after preparation, the SES-ZMC can approve the plan. So this is the first violation. The second violation is, how does SES-ZMC sit in an office in Porvorim without going for a site inspection? Because even when you're doing an approval in this manner, without that approval of the MOEF, the condition in the notification is site-specific scrutiny is required, which means you had to go to the site, you have to verify how it stands, and then you could have gone ahead and given the approval. So this is, you can't sit in a cozy office in the secretariat and then decide that we are going to now allow this to happen. Third is, arbitrary manner in which the permissions have been granted. Why it's arbitrary? You have fast-tracked the project. You may say it's IPB, but IPB doesn't mean you have a license to fast-track and destroy forest. If the law mandates certain procedure to be followed, it must be followed, or not at all. You can't have a project passed like this. So therefore, there is no application of mind when you have passed the project. The next thing is, you allow zone changing to take place by amendment of 42A by an ordinance first, because you want it very fast. Because if you had gone for a public notice, everybody would have known what is going on. Because zone changes require public notice. And then hearing, and finally a decision. We should have taken at least a year or two. So it was, and just look at it, Town Planning Act was amended, by which not only Town Planning Act was, the conversion is excluded, but even Land Revenue Code conversion is excluded. So do you see that how it becomes? Fourth, if you look very carefully, what has been done in loco on the site is not cloth, particle board, wood. It is a destruction of the forest. It's like you can take it's like taking a license for construction, let us say for ground floor, and you build a very big structure with swimming pool, with 4 floors. But I would definitely say this is a case of nepotism, and a nepotism, you know, is a shade of corruption. This is definitely a hideaway resort.